So many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to TV8's Good Morning Vail for Wednesday, August 25th, 2021. And good morning to you, Leadville. You are looking beautiful this morning. That's a live shot from Leadville from Colorado Mountain College, home of the best groomed winter fat bike trails. Make your way up there this winter, go on a little fat bike ride. That's a unique sport. Have you ever done that one, Maddie? Big fat tires with really low air pressure to keep you afloat on the snow. It's good times.
Learn something new every day.
Every day. And you are now learning that I'm your host for the day, Eric Stundblad, alongside, as always, Maddie Evans. You probably already knew my name, but if you didn't, now you do.
Yeah.
you segues. Segues are tough sometimes.
Reintroductions.
Yeah.
Just reintroductions. They're fine.
Every morning. Introductions.
Every morning we just reintroduce ourselves.
Oh, we got a great good morning Vail. Maybe we're going to change it to Great Morning Vail. We've got a great morning Vail in store for you today. Hopefully everybody is refreshed after a fabulous Whalers concert last evening. I hear that was absolutely incredible at Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. Whew.
I mean, what a beautiful venue that place is.
Yeah.
From everything that they do there this summer, and the fact that they were able to get so many great people to come this summer was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And there's still more to come.
One more concert, I think, or two more?
I know for sure one more at least.
Okay.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, two more, but we'll see.
And starting next week at Ford Amphitheater, you do need to bring either proof of vaccination or wear a mask to get in. And if you're going to any events at the Valar Center, keep in mind those are the rules starting immediately. So anything going on at the Valar Center this weekend, proof of vaccination or mask up.
Yes, and there's supposed to be a very funny comedian, and I don't know why I can't remember his name, but coming to the Valar Center tonight, I think, and then into the weekend, Keb Mo's going to be there.
Okay.
I'm going to Keb Mo.
Is that I feel like I know the name from boy band in the 90s, potentially?
No.
No?
No. Yeah, he's very, funky and upbeat. He's very fun. I enjoy him. I've seen him. This will be my third time, I believe, seeing him in the Valar Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rock on. Awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be good times. Yeah. Old Kev Mo.
Keb with a B. Yeah.
Keb Mo.
Yeah, Keb
All right.
Mo.
Sorry, Mr. Mo. I'll get it right next time. Maybe you were also at the Battle Mountain Huskies soccer game last evening against the Summit Tigers. That was a heck of a game. They ended up beating the Summit Tigers 2-1. Things got a little nasty near the end of the game. There was some body checking that normally is only reserved for hockey going on. They kind of slammed into our goaltender. And I got some great footage of that airing on the scoreboard next Monday.
Wow.
It was a fun game to be at. It's good rivalry. Some good crosstalk amongst the fans.
Oh, I bet. Were there a lot of people there?
A fair amount. Nothing like you'll see with Eagle Valley, but a decent amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Battle Mountain kids were all there.
Which is so fun.
Yeah.
I love that the school supports their teammates and they actually go and attend those kind of sporting events because it makes that crowd and that energy so much more fun.
Yeah, for sure. The Huskies fans are kind of on the far right. It's all the student athletes, so the cheerleaders start doing their thing and all the other athletes join in, and then the other side is parents, so it's a little more dispersed, but the kids section is super packed. It's a good scene there.
Yeah, and I love that because it's so fun for the athletes that are on the field doing the thing.
Absolutely, especially if we can get a win. First win of the season. But it was an official league game, so technically now they're undefeated in the league that it matters to make, or the standings that matter to make the playoffs. So we don't even worry about those 2 losses this past weekend. It's all good.
Oh, good. I mean, those losses were just warm-ups.
Yeah, tune-up
drills.
It's all good.
Drills.
Just drills.
Yeah.
No big deal. This evening, happenings around town. Well, all day in Avon is their Wednesday art fair. Happens right behind our studio here. If you're cruising around the art fair, pop into the Seasons building. Come say hi to us at TV8. You'll find Maddie and I in here all day.
Yep.
And then their free concert in the park this evening. It's great kind of alternative rock band that also has their own special fancy sipping tequila that they're going to be offering there.
Yes, so I actually got to learn so much about them yesterday. They released 2 albums. They went by a different name then, and we're going to get some more information on that later in the show. But they released 2 albums during the Nirvana time period, and these albums were supposedly really good, and people loved them. And so they've got a really big following. So this is going to be a very fun concert to go to, very busy. And yeah, today they're serving the tequila at the tent right there that you can go and taste it, and it's supposed to be amazing.
Yeah, it's like officially sipping tequila, right? Is kind of what it was advertised to me.
And I think
I don't
there's
know who would want to do that to themselves, but I respect the heck out of you.
There's a Reposado, I know for sure.
Okay.
And then I think there might be a Blanco, but they're going to bring it in and show us, and we're going to see the pretty designs on the bottle and all the fun stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I will probably be, if everything goes according to plan, on my paddleboard on the lake behind the venue.
And I will now be going to join you on your paddleboard.
Oh, okay. Awesome. All right. That's good time. I think it'll hold both of us in the dog. That's easy.
Oh, yeah, except for I would be the person that would be like, this looks fun. And then I'd be like, watch this, Eric, step, and everything would flip.
Oh, Minnie loves to do that to me. She gets herself wrapped around one of my legs and then jumps after a stick and makes me do the splits, and away we go.
Perfect. So we need a camera crew to go with us. That way the tipping will get on camera.
Okay, we could, yeah. Nick, you're going to be coming to Nottingham tonight. Okay, thank you very much. Our director will be filming us there. So yeah, we got a camera crew. We're good. We got a great Good Morning Vail in store for you guys. As Maddie said, we're going to have a representative from the band playing in Avon this evening. We're also going to have Vail Chambers coming in. We've got Dave and Matt Vans coming in, and our buddy Michaela from Own It Nutrition will be cruising by. She is a sports athlete nutritionist, always has some great advice for powering up after activities or getting energized before activities.
Wellness Wednesday with Michaela. I love it. And today she's making a very yummy treat. These are one of my favorites. Also, she just picked up a new client from them watching TV8. Big shout out to Jeff Evans for going to Michaela for help with his nutrition.
Excellent. Good stories all around this morning, Maddie. I love it. All right. Well,
all of the things. We've got all of the things here at TV8.
Yeah, we're going to guide you through an awesome morning today. But for now, let's keep things rolling. Let's take a short little break, come back with a look at your local weather forecast.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you. All aboard!
Step on, take a look around, and take a listen. Relax to the rhythm of the train on the tracks. For the kids, and the kid in all of us, the Leadville, Colorado and Southern Railroad.
Welcome to beautiful, sunny San Diego, known for its white sand beaches and amazing weather. I'm Stephanie J. This is the Opulent Minute. This gorgeous 2-story home is located in La Jolla's exclusive Loa Hermosa. The spacious grand entry boasts a dramatic winding staircase to the upper level and opens to a gorgeous water view living room. Enjoy panoramic ocean and sunset views while relaxing to the sound of rolling waves from nearly every room of this incredible Mediterranean estate. I'm here with Mayumi, a massage therapist from To Go Spa. Tell us about the services you offer.
We go to your rental property and do the massage and nail services so you can enjoy your vacation time.
Book now at opulentvacations.com. Luxury accommodations just steps from Wind & Sea Beach. This is Southern California lifestyle at its finest. We'll see you next time on the Opulent Minute. Contact us today, opulentvacations.com.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Good morning, Vail.
If you enjoyed yesterday's beautiful sunny conditions, I've got great news for you because today should be more of the same, plus an additional 3 to 5 degrees warmer than what we saw yesterday before a little storm system should be cruising through starting tomorrow. For today though, high of 81 degrees, starting off around 44 this morning. Loving those cooler mornings, a little light breeze in the air today. It feels absolutely perfect outside in the mornings before the temperatures spike back up, but it's going to be great conditions for the free concert in Avon around Nottingham Park this evening. And today, expect a low of 46 degrees late into the evening, early morning hours. About a 20% chance of tomorrow's storm system really kicking off this evening, but it's likely to really start off en masse tomorrow and likely tomorrow afternoon. Alongside the I-70 corridor, we've got 90 degrees in Denver, 81 in Avon in Vail, 85 Avon, and 87 in Eagle. Beautiful conditions all across Eagle County. Now, looking at the national map here, this big high low pressure mix is really what's going to be driving our storm system for the next few days as this slowly swings its way a little bit southward. Now, the jet stream is indicating that it should have a west to east flow, but I've read some forecasts that are indicating that this low pressure system is still going to be migrating its way into Colorado, providing us moisture. So here we've got that jet stream. Doesn't really look like it's got a southerly flow right now, but that was a very large low pressure system. So just the tail end of it should swing right into Colorado and bring us just about a day's worth of extra moisture. And that should be happening tomorrow. That 40% chance of scattered thunderstorms. Potentially that storm stays to the north of Eagle County, but for now it's looking like we will just kind of get the tail end of it there. And then as we move into the weekend, expect classic afternoon showers throughout the weekend and leading into next week as temperatures kind of level themselves off in the low 80s to upper 70s. It's looking like a beautiful weekend ahead of us here in Eagle County. Now we'll take a short break and come back with some friends on the couch here on Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings. All aboard!
Step on. Take a look around. And take a listen. Relax to the rhythm of the train on the tracks. For the kids, and the kid in all of us, the Leadville, Colorado and Southern Railroad.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Good morning, Vail.
Well, if you're a business owner in Vail or an employee in the town of Vail, then the Vail Chambers Association is someone you're going to want to get to know because they provide some amazing services for business owners and employees and all kinds of wonderful information on what's going on behind the scenes in the retail and service and hospitality industry. And I've got Allison here from Vail Chambers. Thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Gorgeous morning today.
I know. We're just trying to squeeze out the last bits of summer, right?
Yeah, absolutely. About probably 3 more weeks before things take a turn.
I know the kids go back to school and it just feels like it's just over.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
This is some of the best time out here. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of the inhale before the exhale of the winter season comes. So
Yes.
It's an important time for businesses to kind of gear up, recharge, analyze summer numbers.
This year more than ever. We had a crazy summer. It was really busy. Some staffing and employee shortages, but everyone made it, and I hope that they get the little extra breath, like you said, this off season, so that they can get back at it this winter.
Yeah. And Vail Chambers is kind of all year long you're collecting data on what's going on behind the scenes, and you're also speaking with major businesses around Vail to kind of get a temperature gauge of what's been going on. And upcoming, you've got a new business forum, not a new one, but a business forum that's starting up.
Yeah, last year because of COVID, the leadership forum was a big part of our Prima Vail programming, which during the winter we train kind of new employees that are here seasonal with a Vail 101 course, as well as history and customer service, the way, the standard that we expect all of our employees to treat our guests and such. And a big part of it was a leadership forum. And so we've had 2 in the past, had to skip last year, but we're super excited to bring it back this fall. It's on September 14th in Lions Head at the Grand View Room. And this year we decided to focus on some of our longstanding family-owned businesses.
Okay.
So we're going to have the matriarch or the patriarch come in with the business, and they might be getting ready to retire if they haven't already. And then the second generation that has come in and is carrying the torch now and leading the business, and things that are different, some great stories from what happened back in the 70s and 80s and such. Also, as well as how they've had to adapt over the last year and a half, and the challenges and the things that worked and the things that didn't.
Yeah.
So it should be really great.
Those long form family businesses can really provide some advice to any new business that's just started on how to really survive and maintain yourself in Vail.
And committing to raise your family here and multiple generations. I mean, they really do embody the spirit of Vail and are really invested in the community and want to see it thrive and grow, even though it's changing. And some people might not like the change, but it's inevitable. And,
yeah, you can't stop it.
And so it's going to be really great to hear just kind of both sides of that coin. We have the Fesslers from Sonnenalp Hotel, so Johannes and Esmarie, as well as Drew Riley, whose family company owns Russell's and Los Amigos. Michael Stoughton was the longtime general manager of both those properties. He's now retired, but he's going to come back and speak with Drew. And then we have Brian and Will Nolan, who own 970 Group 970, which is Blue Moose Pizza, and they formerly the Chop House, as well as Kim Langmaid, who's one of the families. She came in and with the help of her parents started Walking Mountain Science Center, or it was called Gore Range Science School back when she started it. So it should be a nice group of people. Huh? She did.
I did not realize that. I've met her through her sort of assist businesses in becoming more eco-friendly movement. So I've met her through that, and I hike those trails twice a day.
Humble
with my
beginnings
dog.
at a little campus up in Red Cliff. So
Holy cow.
yeah, I know.
Good moves for Kim.
It's
and she's
pretty
on
cool.
Vail Town Council. She is a wealth of knowledge.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're lucky to have her.
Yep. As far as the original Vail businesses go, just to kind of pick your brain here. So Vail really starts off as Gorsuch and Pepe's and like Wild Bill's were kind of the three.
Or Red Lion.
Yep, Red Lion was
because that was the hospital
one.
as well.
Yeah.
So that's part of our 101 course.
That was a hospital
yes,
as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the first baby there born was a Donovan. So, Matt Donovan. So it's funny to go back and go through those history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's such a small town up here, and everybody generally has stuck around that was one of the founding members.
They go away for a little bit, and then they always come back.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what happened to me.
Exactly.
So Vail Chambers, though, you're also wanting to reward employees for doing a great job and kind of put them on a pedestal as a shining example of how to properly be an employee.
Correct.
And that's through your Prima Vail program.
Yes. It's another little wing of it called Prima Service. We normally have not traditionally done it in the summer, but we felt that just in the past year, our employees have been working just so hard to make sure that all of our guests and our visitors are having a great time and feel welcome. And a lot of times that means, you've seen that restaurants have had to close 1 or 2 days a week just because they need to give their staff a break. And so everyone's just been working so hard in Town of Vail, and it's a partnership with Town of Vail and Vail Resorts, and we decided that we were going to do it this summer, which is great. So we are accepting nominations now. You go onto primavail.com. Any business in Vail, any employee can be nominated. We're asking kind of for the story. We want it not just, this person has a great smile and they're always on time to work. Well, that's awesome, and we love that. But we want to hear, where that smile came into play with someone that maybe wasn't so happy and how they turned that around for them. So we have some great prizes. We've got a bunch of lift tickets to Vail Mountain. We have a parking pass at Town of Vail.
Oh my gosh, that is gold.
Yes, we have 1 and 2 night stays at lodges in Vail that actually are only blacked out during holidays, so you can use them this winter, which is amazing. As well as a bunch of larger gift certificates to local restaurants. So our businesses really came out and really want to reward not only their employees, but their neighbors' employees as well. So go on to primavail.com and nominate those awesome employees in Vail.
And is it just businesses and then employees that can do that, or is this
no, residents, guests?
Thing
Exactly. Anybody who has a great experience or a good story to tell, we want to hear it.
primavail.com.
You got it.
Excellent. And just to close things out quickly today, you guys put on this incredibly fun event every year, and I know there's not much space left, but I just wanted to touch on, just kind of let you talk about this fun event.
It's called Businesses, Bogeys, and Bragging Rights. It's an industry golf tournament. It's a time at the end of the summer for businesses to buy a team for their employees so that they can come out and have a good time. We have a bunch of activations, food and beverages and stuff on the course, but as well as kind of games and trivia. This year, our theme is Vintage Vail, so it's all about stuff from the 70s. We're resurrecting the Jerry Ford Invitational, and they even found all the old T flags and whole flags and stuff, so they brought those out, and we're going to have the food is going to be based around restaurants that were active at the time, and some of their signature dishes. So it's going to be really eclectic, but really fun.
Really good stuff. Get your best Caddyshack outfits,
and it was kind of a play on the old BB&B. If anybody had been around, that was the second Tuesday in April, way back in the day, and people would go up and blow off steam up on the mountain. But that was, of course, shut down because rightly so. But so we kind of tongue in cheek all those people who partook in that. We're all 38 plus now. So So we're going to do it on the golf course instead.
Nice, good times. Yeah, maybe a
little more manageable.
Away from people learning to ski and all that up there. It turns out the old party lifestyle doesn't get along with the guest services too much.
Yeah, so that's on the 23rd.
Yeah,
and we do have a silent auction and raffle. That we have one team left. So if you do want to come out and play, just go on the Vail Rec District's website. All of the proceeds go to their scholarship fund, which is named after a longtime Lions Head employee who passed away a while ago, but his family created this fund for him, and it goes towards local children and who can't afford the VRD programming between sports teams and after-school programs, and it pays for them.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a great cause. So.
Great things all around from Vail Chambers.
All around. We try.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Allison. Much appreciated. If you've got an employee that you have interacted with in retail, guest services, hospitality in Vail, head on over to primavail.com, give them a nomination, and help support local businesses. And we've got more Good Morning Vail coming right up.
Good morning, Vail.
Beautiful sandy beaches and lush tropical gardens make San Diego the perfect destination for your next luxury getaway. I'm Stephanie J. This is the Opulent Minute. This home has amazing charm and style. You'll feel refreshed in this La Jolla Shores beauty. I'm here with Lauren, the owner of Pop-Up Picnic Co. Tell us about the services you offer.
We're a luxury picnic service. Our claim to fame is a one-stop picnic experience that we bring throughout San Diego.
Book Pop-Up Picnic Co. through our concierge services page on opulentvacations.com. The open concept living and dining room easily flow to a comfortable and inviting deck. The enclosed and spacious yard provide plenty of room for outdoor entertainment. With easy access to some of the best shopping and dining San Diego has to offer. Whether it's relaxing on the property or enjoying fun activities at the beach, the Shores Retreat La Jolla has something for everyone. Thanks for watching the Opulent Minute. Book now at opulentvacations.com.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale. And in many of the houses, we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me on my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Often when we think about eating throughout the day, we don't think about how bad those snacks can be for you. And I've got Michaela from Own It Nutrition who's going to give us a great snack that, one, not only gives you energy, but two, is nice and healthy for you.
Yes. Yeah, I'm super into snacks. I know a lot of people, snacks have gotten a bad rap. We need to like show the snacks clip. But so snacks are an essential part of the day, in my opinion, as a dietitian. So when we think about healthy eating, we often think like breakfast, lunch, dinner need to be balanced, and then snacks kind of go to the wayside. But I think that every time we sit down to eat, including snacks, is an opportunity to get more nutrients in, and the recipe I'm going to make today does that. So it's a really good balance of carbohydrates, protein, and fat, and it also tastes really good, and it's fun to make. So there's lots of benefits to this recipe. What we want to do, they're Power Bites, by the way. I think these go by a lot of different names. I don't know if you've heard any.
No Bake Bites. I used to make them all the time when I was in high school because I decided for a minute I was going to go vegetarian. And then all I ate was Nutella and banana sandwiches. And so then I had to start making these because I was like, I'm literally getting absolutely no like sustenance in any way possible right now.
Yeah, probably not the best best eating pattern.
Whoops. Well, here we are.
Yeah.
I made it. I lived through it, but like, yeah, not great.
Yeah, so definitely can't live off of these either, but it's a good start for a healthy snack. So we first make a base, and then you can get really creative with the mix-in. So it's like you make the more moldable base, and that can be your starting place, and then you can go in and get super creative with like chocolate chips, or I have freeze-dried fruit over here, or nuts and seeds, and getting creative based on your taste preferences and kind of the purpose of the snack. So if we think about we want a little bit of extra protein after a workout, we might consider adjusting the recipe to put some protein powder in there and really boost that balance piece up. But this is a good starting point, so I recommend starting with a solid recipe and then troubleshooting based on the ingredients that you're using. Because I don't know if you've seen at the store, there's like 10,000 different peanut butters to choose from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm always like, oh man.
Yes.
Which one do I pick? So I've resorted to buying just the almond butter with the sunflower on it because I think it's pretty.
Yeah, just go by the packaging cover.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when we're thinking about all of those different choices, they all have different textures, and so they're all going to act a little bit differently. So you might start with this recipe, use your own peanut butter, and then realize they're either too sticky or they fall apart. And then it's just a matter of troubleshooting. So if it's too sticky, adding a little bit more of the dry ingredients like the oatmeal, or if it's too dry, adding a little bit more of the peanut butter. I would say honey, but I'm a dietitian, so I'm going to lean towards don't add too much honey.
Yeah.
But stick to the peanut butter, adding that.
All right, so should we start making some of these
Yes.
and like see the process of what's going to go into them?
Yeah. Do you want to grab the oatmeal? So this is going to be 1 heaping cup of oatmeal. So we put that in. You can use instant oats. I prefer to use old-fashioned just because it looks better and it's more hearty. No nutritional difference really. And then we can do, this is ground flaxseed. So flaxseed comes in a couple different ways. You can get whole flax seeds, but they just don't digest the same way in the body. We don't get as much nutrients unless they're ground. So we can add those in. They also act as a binder. So what that means is they help things stick together. They can act as an egg substitute in other recipes too. So
that's good to know, especially now that the vegan trend is starting to take off so much more. Mm-hmm. And eggs is such a hard replacement. Mm-hmm. So that's good to know.
Yeah. Yep, cakes, cookies, all that good stuff. You can use flaxseed, and they have the benefit over eggs that they add a bunch of healthy fats from omega-3 fats and a lot of fiber. So
this smells really good.
I know it's kind of a hot mess in there, but it's fine.
It's all right. It smells good.
So I mixed, just to save space in my Tupperwares, I mixed the peanut butter. I used a creamy natural peanut butter. Mm-hmm. I just find that that's easier to mix because it's smoother. And then the vanilla extract is in here. So that's 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 cup peanut butter. And then the honey is also mixed in here too.
Yeah.
So I used 1/4 cup of honey, and I made these last night, and it was kind of sweet after I added the chocolate chips. So if you're not into like super sweet snacks, which some of you are, some of you aren't, I would say cut down on the honey a little bit.
I just looked over at Eric. His face about the super sweet snacks is ecstatic. He loves his sweet.
Yes.
The other day after you came in here, we were like talking carbohydrates and nutrition and all the good things, and then I was like, well, we're going back to the kitchen now, and Eric and I are making ice cream lasagna. And so, but Eric loved it. Eric loved it. All right, so do we mix this all together?
All foods fit, yeah. We actually want to add the sweet stuff first.
Okay.
And then we can just mix everything. So this, I used freeze-dried strawberries.
All of it?
Yep, you can put all of it in.
All right.
We want it sweet, right, for Eric?
Yeah. We got to give Eric what he wants in the morning or else he gets grumpy. Have you seen that movie, The Gremlins? And if you feed them after midnight, they turn green and scary. That's Eric.
It's like, I'm not even on here and I'm getting picked on.
Yeah, he's a good sport through all of the shenanigans.
Yes. So this takes a little bit to mix, but I do have something that's already mixed. We can see how it turned out. I kind of got experimental last night.
Want me to grab that bowl?
Sure. One thing I wanted to note is that after you do this, it's best to chill it a little bit so that the power bites stick together a little bit better. And then a note on using the fruit. So there's dried fruit and then there's freeze-dried fruit. And dried fruit, if you look at the back of the package, they have a ton of added sugar in it. So what that means is like the fruit's already sweet and then they just dumped a bunch of cane sugar in it. Not necessarily a horrible thing if you're doing like, remember we talked about how carbs like power a workout. So if it's like that kind of purpose, but for general health, we don't want to load up on the added sugar because it just doesn't come with a lot of other nutrients.
Well, that's good to know because we were also just talking about mango and how I really like the dried mango, but because it comes so sweet.
Yes.
It's like candy.
Yep. But these freeze-dried fruits, it feels like there's nothing in the bag, but there is. These are just strawberries.
Yeah.
So no added sugar. And then there are some brands, and they're lapsing my mind right now, but you can get them at more like health food stores for the mangoes and other ones, because I agree. Like dried mangoes are awesome. They just have a ton of sugar.
Yeah.
So these ones are feeling...
I like all the sugar.
Yeah, and one thing to keep in mind, like you put a half cup in and it's split between 24 bites. So it's not like you're having all of that added sugar. It's just how can we make it more nutritious? These are actually sticking together pretty well. I think if I could go back in time, I might have added a little bit of peanut butter. But again, it's like based on the peanut butter you use in troubleshooting.
Yeah.
It's pretty good though.
Yeah.
The other thing, if you get to this point, you've already chilled it, it's too late to add more of the dry ingredients. One thing I like to do if it's too sticky is roll it into coconut flakes.
Yeah.
So then you have like an outer layer that adds a little bit of, you can see these ones are falling apart a little bit. So that would be, there's a couple things you can do here. This is actually cool that it's happening, so I can tell you. One thing you can do is press them into a sheet pan with parchment paper and like press them down and then cut them into bars. So then they become, it's harder to roll, but it's easier to press them down into something. Kind of like Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, I love a good old Rice Krispie treat. I love these too though. This is like what saved me through high school in my vegetarian phase of my life. And so this is a great recipe. And yeah, you definitely have to troubleshoot your either end of it so that it's not too sticky, it's not too dry. And then just getting that flavor perfect is huge too.
Yes, and if you're making this for school, you can use the sun butter to do the nut-free versions. Obviously don't add tree nuts or peanuts to your mix-ins, so then they're safe for school. And if you're making it for a big population, make sure to use gloves so you don't have your hands on fresh food. Little food safety tip.
I mean, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. Michaela, I know that you just got a new client. My dad. Dad, shout out to you. He's actually on his way here right now. He's driving over from Park City. So if people want to get more information or maybe have you guide them through, maybe they're an endurance athlete training, or maybe they just kind of want to get their eating habits right, where can they contact you?
So there's two ways: free performance tips on @OwnItNutrition on Instagram, and then my website, www.ownitnutrition.com. There's a little book a free call button, so you can set up a free call there. We can talk about services, maybe talk about making this more of a sports food for you, because what I focus on is a lot of performance nutrition. So any athletes, active individuals, I'm happy to get on a call with and chat about if I'm a right fit for you.
Perfect, Michaela, thank you so much. Make sure that if you have any nutrition needs, that you reach out to Michaela with Own It Nutrition, just because she's a great little local business here and you've got to love supporting that. And she's got so many great tips and tricks for for some yummy food options. Coming up next, we've got more Good Morning Vail, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
All aboard!
Step on. Take a look around. And take a listen. Relax to the rhythm of the train on the tracks. For the kids, and the kid in all of us, the Leadville, Colorado and Southern Railroad.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Welcome aboard! Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Good morning, Vail.
One of my favorite things about the Valley and the community here is that we've always got a great show of support for any activities taking place, and one very special activity taking place tonight in Avon is the free concert series. And I'm so lucky because not only do I have a great fan here, a wonderful volunteer, and someone who helps bring all of the arts and creativity to life here in the town of Avon, Lisa Mattis. Lisa, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Hi, you bet. Thanks for having me this morning.
All right, so
I'm super psyched.
We are super psyched too, because we've been talking about it all morning, and
Yep.
I've been like, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm gonna let Lisa give all of the great information.
My very favorite band in the world, Roger Clyne and the Peacemakers, are playing Avon Live tonight, starting at 6 o'clock. And we've been working on this for like 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's been a long, long haul, but we're glad that they're here.
Finally,
Yeah.
the time has come
Yeah.
after 3 years of trying to get them here.
They have a super loyal following, and they've been ripping around the country as an independent rock and roll band for 20 plus years. They have their own band, their own vans, their own records. They put out their own tequila, which we can talk about in just a second. And I would think of it like Tom Petty on the borderlands of Mexico. They're solid rock and roll.
Which is so fun. And previously, they had a different name.
Yep.
But when they did have that different name, it was right in that Nirvana time period, and they released a bunch of really great albums.
Yes. So 2 albums. They were called The Refreshments. They're from Tempe, Arizona. Roger Clyne was the front man for that group and continues on, obviously, in this band as well. And I've been listening to them since that time. I remember the first time I saw those guys in Chicago. I was working as a radio DJ, playing Nirvana and Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
And I show up at this venue and I'm like, whoa, who the heck are these guys? On fire with energy and passion and amazing poetic lyrics.
I love that.
Great for families tonight.
I love that, and I love that they're coming to our perfect little mountain community, and one of the most beautiful venues, hands down, no argument.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
the lake right in the background and then Beaver Creek Mountain right up from it. It's breathtaking.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
So it's a free show tonight, part of the Avon Live series. And we would welcome the entire valley. We know the Whalers was last night. Hope everybody had a great time. Pick it back up and do it all over again.
Seriously.
Yep.
You can go to live music every single night here in the Vail Valley, and always great people. And so you guys are kind of doing something special tonight because you do serve alcohol there.
Yes.
But it's always normally just wine or beer that they've kind of got going. But tonight you guys are doing a special tasting of their tequila.
Yes. So this is actually a rock and roll tequila. So Roger Clyne is a huge fan of tequila. This is their Blanco version of Roger's own personal tequila. Used to be called Mexican moonshine, now called Canción, which is the word in Spanish for song.
Which is, I mean, absolutely beautiful and a great label. This tequila is supposed to be so well known that it's supposed to be sipping tequila.
Yes, it is sipping tequila.
Not shooting tequila.
Yes, so this is, well, both. This is a Blanco, and then they also have a Reposado version, an Añejo version, and then an extra Añejo. All of it is lovely. It took me a while to get used to tequila.
Yeah.
This stuff, I can drink this all night and not be in a bad way in the next morning. So, yeah, I would recommend. And we're going to serve it at the bar tonight, so with mixed drinks. So I would welcome anybody in the Valley to come on down and try some of the rock and roll tequila called Canción.
Which is so cool. And it's so cool that we've got this band all the way here because, I mean, I think I didn't honestly know the difference between like a regular rock and roll band and an independent rock and roll band until
they are
you and
full
I
throttle independent.
had talked about it yesterday, and then I kind of like looked into it a little bit, and that means everything. They book themselves, they drive themselves, they like manage all of their own everything. So it's really cool.
They put the records out. They own everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so impressive.
I know. I think so too.
Yeah.
That I think embodies the spirit of the town of Avon. And that's why I think it's such a really good fit for this band.
Yeah.
The independence, there's a little bit of rebel in there, kind of gritty,
Yeah.
super fun. The dance floor will be packed with people. And this crew, they have a following. So everybody that travels with them, their fans, kind of come from all over the country. A lot of folks from Arizona and the Southwest.
Yes.
But what you're going to see is very different than other bands. You're going to see every person screaming every word to every song back at Roger.
Wow.
It's kind of how we roll.
I love it.
A lot of men.
Always.
Yep.
Rock and roll.
Yep.
Men go together.
And I think sensitive men, which is kind of cool. So, sensitive men scream poetry to the stage. Really fun. Very different than most rock and roll bands that you see.
Huh. You sound like my kind of men.
I know, I think so too.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So please come out. We would love to see you. Avon Live tonight at 6 o'clock and in Nottingham Park as ever. And it's supposed to be a beautiful day. 80 degrees.
I know.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Love it.
Mostly sunny skies, beautiful. And especially because the last couple of concerts, we've seen some pretty big storms kind of roll through. And so the Peacemakers bringing the sunshine right now.
Here's the challenge to the Valley. Meet me on the dance floor.
Done. I'll be there. Nope. No ifs, ands, or buts. You, me, dance floor. You count me in.
Done.
Lisa, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah,
and
thanks,
thank you so much for what you do for our entire town. We didn't even really touch on your job.
Oh, yeah. So thank you to the entire Valley. I lead the Culture, Arts, and Special Events Committee for the town of Avon. And it's a crew of volunteers who try to provide good guidance and recommendations to town council about how to best utilize all of the assets we have in town, including lifting culture up, lifting arts up, introducing new programs and new producers to the Valley, trying to find the right fit for the town of Avon and the entire Valley and things that aren't necessarily present in other places.
Which is so cool because on Wednesdays, not only do you guys do the fabulous live music, which is always a great time because, again, that venue, spectacular.
Yes.
But then there's a little art fair taking place too, so people can go and buy some new art and walk through it and enjoy that before heading over to Nottingham.
Yes. I don't know if you came to our art festival recently, a couple weekends ago. I was so impressed with the quality of the art, and I think the same producer introduces that every week. So on Wednesdays, it's the same producer, and we're trying things out, right?
Yeah.
We're piloting a lot of things, and I think Avon also prides itself on being first. So before all of the other concert venues across the state announced that they would open this summer, Avon was on it first. We're like,
Yeah.
yep, we're going to do this.
I love
We
it.
did it successfully during the pandemic last year. I'm really impressed with the town of Avon and how our team, especially Danita Dempsey, who runs the team here in Avon, how they think outside the box and they want to be first, and they're not afraid to try new things.
Which is absolutely incredible and kind of shows how bold and adventurous our little tiny town of Avon is, which I think is so important.
Yeah, I like that language.
Yeah.
Bold and adventurous.
Yeah.
We like to stay fun, gritty, independent.
I mean, yeah.
We kind of got a rebel side here in Avon.
Yeah, and I love that for
I do too.
all of us because I feel
I
like
do
we
too.
need that.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a
I
good
think
break.
so too.
It's a good break in kind of all of the things.
Yeah,
that we've
sometimes
got
you
going.
don't know where to put it, but that's okay. That's
It's
okay.
perfect.
Yeah, love it. So I
Well-
hope you come join us tonight.
Oh, I already promised. I said it on live TV. I won't miss it now. I'll be there.
Excellent. Yep, and I'm sure we'll be drinking a little bit of that.
Maybe I will be here tomorrow morning, so I
Yeah,
gotta
it'll all be
stay
good.
in. I gotta stay in like okay
It'll all be
shape.
good.
Well, again, Lisa, thank you so much
Yeah,
for coming
thanks,
in
Maddie.
this morning. Make sure that you check out the town of Avon and all of the great events, and that you go to Roger Clyne and the Peacemakers tonight because it's going to be absolutely incredible. Like she said, they've got a great following, and it's poetry that he's singing to the crowd, but the crowd is singing it right back to him. Starting at 6.
Starting at 6.
Starting at 6 tonight, so make sure that you check it out. It's an absolutely gorgeous venue right here in Nottingham Park in Avon. Coming up next, we've got more Good Morning Vail, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me at my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
Follow your favorite extreme sports athletes with the Telly Award-winning show, The Line. If you're an adrenaline junkie and need a daily dose of base jumping, skydiving, highlining, biking, kayaking, and more, then look no further. We've got you covered. Catch JT Holmes, Andy Lewis, Cam Zink, and many more extreme sport athletes here on The Line. Check your local listings for more information.
Each week on Finding the Good Life, we'll chat with experts that will empower you to lead a healthier life. You'll hear from people with life-changing stories that will inspire you, and we'll take a closer look at what's happening in health and wellness now, so we can make better choices for ourselves and for our families. Journey with me to Finding the Good Life.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
All aboard!
Step on. Take a look around. And take a listen. Relax to the rhythm of the train on the tracks. For the kids, and the kid in all of us. The Leadville, Colorado and Southern Railroad.
Good morning, Vail.
Well, with the ongoing housing crisis here in Eagle County, it's important to find unique solutions in order to accommodate everybody trying to live here, support local businesses, and support local employees. And one of the potential solutions can come from something that typically is associated with getting out and camping and adventuring. However, becoming more familiar with van life could potentially be one of our solutions to the Eagle County housing crisis. And I'm happy to always have Matt from Dave and Matt Vans on the show. Yeah, typically we want to talk about getting out and camping and how much accessibility it is to get out there and not have to set up a tent. But this time let's take a different approach to vans, because these are actually quite a sustainable way to affordably live here.
Yeah, first off, Eric, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
always happy to be on the show, stopping through. And you know, to us, van life means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And we say every van we build has a story. And a lot of those stories are, like you said, they are outdoor recreation. They are families from Denver having a vehicle that suits their lifestyle. They're, you know, people who enjoy the mountains, who like to bring their bike and skis. But the one we've really seen as a trend over the last year is full-time living out of these vehicles. And we have our potential owners fill out a survey before we find the van that fits them. And in the last year, of our 2,000 inquiries, over 35% have actually indicated they're interested in full-time living in the vehicle. And we've seen this everything from travel nurses to computer programmers to influencers, all these different lifestyles that fit this ability now to work more remote, to travel more remotely. And honestly, you know, we see it here in our Vail Valley, just the ability to live within their means.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the way that you build out the vans, you make it so easy to actually call the van home. I mean, I was just down at your facility in Gypsum getting a tour, and the way that the amount of solar panels you have and the advanced batteries that you've got in there means that you essentially don't run out of power. You've got a compostable toilet, so you can use the facilities in the van without stinking up the place, as it were. And then you can also give it a shower in there, so it can literally be your home.
Yeah, we build all our vehicles to be able to live in full time, whether that is your, you know, choice to go on a weekend adventure and want to have those amenities to take a shower, use the bathroom, you know, store your food in the fridge, or for those who are going to move in at full time, you want to have those basic necessities. And we build our vehicles super comfortably. We use all natural materials, so a good wood interior to make it feel homey, to feel like a place that you'd comfortable and safely live in.
Yeah, and then, you know, I'd say the biggest hurdle to van life is a stigma that these aren't productive members of society, if you will, living in vans. So communities often frown upon people just sleeping in cars, but you guys are doing a great job trying to change that stigma, and you're working with local governments to try to allow them to sort of work with people living in vans to be able to stay places overnight.
Yeah, I think there's a two-part answer to this. The first is the reality of it is becoming harder and harder to find affordable housing in this country, in the Vail Valley, et cetera. And we've seen the statistics are trending in this direction. So as recently as 2016, there were only about 100,000 people living in vehicles in this country. In the recent survey in 2019, it's over 140,000 people living in their vehicles. So we're trending upward. Yep.
Yeah.
Really quickly, and this is a necessity piece and also a choice piece. And that, I think, is the second part of this, is more and more people are making the choice to live in a vehicle because it fits their lifestyle. And you see that a lot here in our local town. Some of our best, you know, citizens, if you will, are living in their vehicles right now. We've got members of our team at Dave and Matt Vans. We have over 8 of our employees live in vehicles, and that's by choice. And they are amazing employees for us, amazing members of the Valley, and they're making the choice to either live in one of our vans, one of their vehicles, et cetera. And we've seen this employees at Bonfire Brewery down in Eagle. There's a van parked right out in your lot here that looks pretty full-time living.
Yeah, right.
And you're starting to see it more and more as just a choice that's a reality of a place that you can affordably live, but also one that just fits their lifestyle. It's pretty cool when you can have your bike under the bed ready to go for a ride after work, or your skis in the vehicle ready to, you know, hit the slopes after a long day.
Yeah, and your vans just make it so comfortable to spend long periods of time in there. I mean, the kitchen area with that big swivel out lagoon table and the swivelly front chairs, so you can actually turn it into kind of a good hangout space inside of the van, the raised bed, it's just got anything you could ask for.
Yeah, we say our design comes from Dave and I living in vans to start with, and now the over 300 vans we have on the road, we get that feedback from our owners, and so we're always able to tweak and adjust what we're doing on the inside to make sure it fits all of those different needs, and particularly those budgets. We say everything you need, nothing you don't. So none of the over-the-top frills that drive the prices up, but everything is very thoughtful and put there for a reason to live comfortably and travel about this beautiful country of ours.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Kind of running short on time here, but we'll get you back on and get more focus on van life. And check out dmvans.com. Get your own van priced out for adventures, or potentially if you're looking to save on rent here. And thanks to Dave and Matt Vans for joining us this morning, as well as thanks to all our guests. We'll be back tomorrow with more Good Morning Vail.